boy, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is your friend Cartman, and today I've got an awesome solo raid to show you guys from last raid weekend. Before we jump into that, guys, if you do like today's video, please smash that like button for me, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, turn on those notification bells so you know when the action's coming. Guys, let's jump right over here to the clan capital. We had a very nice raid weekend. As you can see right here, over 1 million total capital gold loot and a 1,401 raid medal. So a very nice weekend for us. Moved up to Champion 1. So we were happy about that. And as you can see, I had several accounts very close to 30K. Getting very close to hitting that benchmark. But overall, a very good weekend for our clan, guys. I'm going to be showing you this raid right here, number 10. Took it down in 18 attacks, solo raid. First up, guys, we're going to be taking a look at Golem Quarry. Took this down in 2 hits. And we're going to be coming in with the Battle Ram, Super Giant, Super Wizard, Graveyard attack. We're going to be opening up with our Barbarians right now, just taking out some of these little clan houses, clearing out some of this trash. And as you can see, all the big splash defenses are on the back side of this base. That's why I elected to go with this army. We're going to be able to use our graveyard spells around those rocket artilleries and that blast bow in the center of the base, down toward like 1030. So we're placing our graveyards right now. And then we're going to be able to spam in our troops. And really, a lot of these rocket artilleries and blast bows are not going to be in range of our army, and they're going to be distracted by the graveyard, the ones that are. So we're going to be able to get really nice value right here. We've got the battle rams coming in, tanking. Then we've got the super giants and the super wizards in behind. I like to delay some of the rams a little bit just to spread out the tanking. And I mean, really, there's not much here, guys. We funneled with our barbarians to start out the attack, planned out where the graveyards are going to go. And now we're just going to spam it in. And these attacks are quick, they're easy, and they are very powerful right now in the clan capital. As you can see, close to that 50% mark. We do get just over it. We still have 3 rocket artilleries up, but we did get a blast bow taken down. And really, a lot of trash buildings already are gone. So that's going to set up nice for our second attack. We're going to use our graveyard spells, one around that blast bow, one around this rocket artillery, and then I'm going to put the other one behind the district hall right here, in between that blast bow and that rocket artillery. And we already have our other graveyards around both those rocket artilleries that are very, very weak right now. As you can see, that lightning almost taking out that one rocket artillery. Going to bring in our battle rams. I like to bring in about half of them. Then start bringing in your super giants and your super wizards. I usually bring 3 or 4 of each of those. Then I bring in the rest of my battle rams. And then I will delay and use my last few super giants and super wizards to come in. I don't like grouping them up just in case you start getting a bunch of splash damage. You don't want to lose all those super giants and super wizards. They're very, very critical for this attack. So we're going to try to delay a few of those, just keep them safe. And as you can see right here, the skeletons have made quick work of a lot of these defenses. We finally got our super giants and super wizards reaching this blast bow and rocket artillery, taking those down with ease, guys. And it is going to be a nice and easy overkill. Look at all those troops we have up. This one was not even close. It's a nice way to start a raid right there. Nice and easy 3 stars. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Skeleton Park. And we're going to be coming in on this one with one of my favorite attacks. That is the Super Dragon Graveyard. I'm going to start out real quick here with a couple rocket loons. Take out this rocket artillery. Get our first graveyard where this air defense is. And go ahead and just start using a barbarian on the right-hand side to clean out some trash buildings. Now this pack of rocket loons is about to go down. So once it does, a few air skellies are going to pop. We're going to send in one more rocket loon to go ahead and clean out this compartment on the left-hand side. At the same time, we've got a Barbarian working up the right-hand side, and we're going to send in a minion horde to clean up these trash buildings in the core of the base where there are no defenses around them. The air skellies formed on the left-hand corner are going to be able to take out the couple trash buildings down there to open up our deployment zone. And as you can see right here, we're just taking all these free trash buildings, getting our deployment zone ready, place our next graveyard around this rapid rocket right here at 1030. And we're going to send in a rocket loon there to target that and also target that mega hidden Tesla. Going to get those down. Once these air skellies start popping there, we're going to bring in our first super dragon. And the key right now to this attack really is always just try to always have tanking. I do have one super dragon in the middle of the base, really nothing there to tank for him. I've got the graveyard and the rocket loon coming in. And once I get a few air skellies popping, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my last remaining super dragon there on the bottom side. Try to get as much value here as we can. And as you can see, we've already reached about 50% on this base. Everything that's left is just in this back left-hand corner. It's pretty tight quarters where all these buildings are at 53%. So we're looking good for our second hit. So we're going to go ahead and go into this next replay. I'm going to place my first graveyard by this minion hive. At the same time, I've got these rocket loons coming in, targeting some of these defenses. I want to start getting air skeletons to pop, so I have some tanking for my super dragons. And also I want to get these rocket loons to push in toward this back corner of the base. So we're slowly working our way. We got tanking set up. We're going to bring in our first super dragon. I'm going to go ahead and bring those minions in. Last remaining rocket loon. Try to get as much tanking as I can for these super dragons. And now I'm just going to be patient. We're going to delay this last super dragon just a little bit. Try to get some more air skellies up here. I go ahead and decide to place it because I need to get to this rocket artillery. And you can see right here, guys, the tanking from the air skellies is just enough to always protect these super dragons. And you can just see how strong they are. These aren't even the max super dragons. I can't wait to get level 5. But right now, these are the level 4. And they do nice work, guys. As you can see, these air skellies are protecting our super dragon that is up. We're going to be able to take out this last air bomb, get to that spear thrower, and it's going to be a very nice 2-hit triple on Skeleton Park. Got over 6K gold, capital gold this last hit. All right, guys, next up, we're going to be taking a look at Balloon Lagoon. I'm going to be coming in on this base again with the Battle Ram Super Giant Super Wizard Graveyard attack. I do like this army quite a bit. I'm going to start with some Barbarians. I like to bring, upwards of 5 or 6 of them. But on this one, the difference is we do have 3 rocket loons. So we actually have a lot less battle rams than we usually do. And the reason for that is we want to use these rocket loons once we clear out these trash buildings on this top side here, close to like 1 o'clock, to get this rocket artillery and the spear thrower. So I'm going to send my first pack of rocket loons in toward the spear thrower. Send my next 2 packs just left of that. So once the spear thrower goes down, they target this rapid rocket artillery. We get it taken down along with the air bomb. Our Barbarian is going to be able to go around the corner now and clear out all these trash buildings. And you can see what's left of the base. We have it just isolated now to this like little square section here in the middle of the base, which is going to be perfect for Graveyard and the Super Wizards. So we're going to get our Graveyard spells around the Rocket Artilleries and that single Inferno. Start bringing in our Battle Rams. Got our Super Giants and Super Wizards down. Now my next set of Battle Rams, for some reason they decided to go backwards and target this little box. All of them. I don't know why. Pathing was a little weird right there. But anyway, we're still able to push in here. Our Super Wizards are eventually going to get in here where they can chain off of this District Hall and take out the Rocket Artillery behind it. So that's really nice for us. And we're able to get a little bit of damage on the Rocket Artillery and single Inferno on that peninsula in the core of the base. But overall, a very nice first attack, close to 50%. And really, there's not much left on this base. We do have one rocket artillery and that single inferno. Those are going to be no match for the graveyard spell. And as you can see, the second attack takes less than a minute. We've got our graveyard spells down. I'll place our last one by this single inferno. And now we're going to come in from the 6 o'clock side, get our battle rams going in here. Again, we're going to bring in about half of our super giants, about half of our super wizards in behind the tanking. And then I'm going to bring the rest of the super giants and super wizards up kind of in the middle of the base on the top side by the crusher to come in. I wanted to spread them out so we had 2 points coming in on these key defenses just to make sure the splash was spread out and we didn't lose all of our super wizards. On the right hand side, the battle rams and the skeletons have taken out everything over there, just decimated it. And this was another devastating 2-hit triple, guys. Tons of troops left, super easy attack. If you haven't used it, give it a try. All right, guys, next up is Builder's Workshop. And again, we're going to be coming in with the Super Dragon Graveyard. I love using this attack on Builder's Workshop, especially when the defenses are spread out like this, where you can create the tanking for these Super Dragons. So we're going to open with a Barbarian cleaning out the trash buildings, using our rocket loons to take out a few of these defenses that are spread along here. Once we get these defenses taken out, where our Barbarian can clean up the trash to the north here, get our graveyard spell placed right here at 1 o'clock. Going to go ahead and send in the minions to tank the rest of our rocket loons in there, take out as many air defenses as we can and get these skeletons popping. And then we'll have the Super Dragon coming in behind to just clean everything up while it's protected. As you can see, nothing is really targeting that Super Dragon yet. It has full health. It's going to be able to get through this air bombs as a result because it is, like I said, close to full health. Nothing's really going to target it. I've got a few more minions coming in to tank in our next graveyard spell. We're going to also place the graveyard spell down here at the bottom side. Try to get a few air skellies popping and then bring in our Super Dragon down there to roast through this air defense quickly. Those air skellies are going to be able to go over and clean out some of these trash buildings down there, that barracks. We're going to place our last Super Dragon down the bottom side to try to work down towards this giant cannon and the air defense in the bottom left corner. Our Super Dragon on the top side is faded out, but you can see we've cleared out now most everything on this bottom side. I've got a bunch of air skellies coming in to try to help this Super Dragon in the bottom corner. It's able to just get through this air defense, work up, take out this cannon. It's going to run out of steam right here as it approaches the air bombs and that Mega Hidden Tesla. But you can see we've pretty much got everything wiped down the base except for this core section around the blast bow. So that's going to set up really nice for our second attack. So on our next hit, we're going to come in from this bottom side. We get a graveyard down around those air defenses, and we're going to start targeting this air bombs and the Mega Hidden Tesla right here. Try to take out as many of these air targeting defenses as we can. At the same time, I want to start getting air skeletons to spawn so that my Super Dragons will be protected when we put them in. So you can see right here, we're getting the air skellies to come in toward the base. I've got the tanking established for our first Super Dragon to come in. Got our next two graveyard spells down, and we have an army of air skellies approaching the base. We're going to continue to bring in our rocket loons. And once the tanking just kind of gets in front, I'd bring in the rest of the Super Dragons. And you can see we're just roasting through this base right now. The Super Dragons are protected. Everything's distracted, shooting at the air skellies. And the Super Dragons just have so much HP. They're able to take all these shots from these air defenses and just roast through them, guys. And it's a super fun attack to just to use. I love seeing the Super Dragons. I think they look awesome. They're one of the coolest looking troops in the game. And you can see right here, we got over 5,000 capital gold in our second hit. So it's really nicely done. Really enjoyed the looks of that 2-hit right there. All right, guys. Next up, we've got Wizard Valley. Now, in this one, I'm coming in with an attack strategy that I haven't used a bunch myself, and it's going to be the hogs with the graveyard. I've seen tons of people using this. It is super strong. Our hog raiders were still level 4, so I've been holding off trying it, but this looked like the perfect opportunity. I've got the graveyard spells spread out here, and you can see the backside of the base is where all the wizard towers are, the single infernos, the giant cannons. There's really nothing on this front side. So we're just methodically, you want to bring in these hog raiders to stun these defenses and continue to take them out one at a time. At the same time, skeletons are spawning. We've got barbarians and battle rams going in here. Open up the walls. And you can see we are just marching here across this base without much really hurting us. And we're taking out a ton of defenses. We continue to stun these couple wizard towers that are in the core of the base. We're starting to approach those giant cannons now. And we are over 60% right now, which is awesome. We take out this hidden Tesla. I'm going to start targeting this next Tesla. I've got a hog raider coming in here to stun this giant cannon. Not going to be able to take it down, but we've hurt both those giant cannons. And we are already at 73%. I mean, that is crazy for an opener. I'm going to speed it up 4 times. I've got a couple skeletons here on the far right-hand side. They're going to beat through this wall, take out this trash build, and get our deployment zone opened up even more. And we're at 74% in our first hit. Now, whenever you get 74% in your first hit, you have to like your chances of a 2-hit, I must say. So we're going to come in with rocket loons and the flying fortress just to try to get as many bonus points as we can on this cleanup. It's basically a cleanup at this point. We got a minion horde to come take care of this raid cart post. Start bringing in our rocket loons to take care of these super wizard towers, air defenses. Now we've got the air skeletons spawning. And now that we have got so many air skellies and balloons in the core, it's time to bring in our flying fortress. And by now, the flying fortress is pretty much just an afterthought because this base is already decimated. It's already destroyed. We have so many troops up. And that is a devastating 2-hit triple, guys. Very nicely done. All right, guys, next up, we're going to take a look at Dragon Cliffs. Unfortunately, this is the only one I was not able to two-shot this district. It continues to be just a pain to attack. We'll start out with some barbarians and battle rams, try to open up some walls, get some trash buildings out. Now, I've got one rage. Our plan is to get the rage by the blast bow, and then we're going to try to zap out a couple of these dragon posts and snipe a couple other dragon posts with our archers, and we want to try to take out as many dragons as we can around this rage. And so I noticed that a couple of these dragon posts in this upper corner are actually only level 1, so 2 lightning will take out each one, so we're going to zap those out right now. That'll allow those super dragons to reign free after our troops, and that will allow us to lure them close to this rage spell. So I do have one super dragon kind of in front of this blast bow. It's kind of annoying right now. So I'm trying to kind of move him out of the way a little bit so I can get my troops closer to that blast bow to place my rage. So I go ahead and take this chance to go ahead and start placing my super archers just to weaken that super dragon a little bit. Work on trying to take him out. There's no rage on him right now, so it's taking a little bit extra. Once we get him taken out of the way, we're going to be able to move up toward that blast bow, and then we'll get our rage bow down. So we've got one super dragon down. We're going to start working in right here, get our rage spell placed for these super archers so they can go to work. And as you can see, we have a lot of super dragons now surrounding them. We have 3 super dragons surrounding them plus the blast bow. I got sped up because we're just placing the super archers right now, one at a time, trying to take down these super dragons, which is working pretty much like I wanted to. So we do get 4 super dragons down on this opener and the blast bow, which was a pretty decent opening. I mean, there's not much more you can get. That district hall being right there really is annoying at this point because all of my super archers just want to shoot this district hall now. So it really capped how much value we could get right there. So not too bad for the opener. Now I planned on this second part. I was going to come in with the frost spell. There's tons of value right there to freeze. And we've got a few archers coming in to try to clean up these air defenses left of that frost spell. Now, I do get a couple of them taken out, but at the same time, these sneaky archers keep getting distracted by this district hall. So the value starts to be not very much right here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my super dragons, and we're going to rage them into this core where the frost spell is. Now I'm hoping the frost spell is going to delay everything enough where these super dragons can just roast through this whole section. But the single inferno has other ideas, plus that dragon in there. And so these 2 super dragons are not able to get it down. I'm going to have to invest a 3rd super dragon to come in here now and take out this area with this rage. And that only leaves us with 1 left of the base. So we still have quite a bit of the base left and not very many troops to take it out. We are going to get quite a few more taken out with this super dragon. It's going to be able to take out this cannon, take out the spear thrower, the next cannon, and eventually move its way up to 12 o'clock to take out an air defense. And you can see we're close to 65% of the base left, but we don't have really that many troops left, unfortunately. So that's where this one fizzled out just a little bit. I don't know, maybe the super dragons on the second hit were a bad idea. I thought we'd cleaned out enough super dragons that the remaining ones would just be able to power through everything. But obviously they fizzled out. It just wasn't enough. And we'll bring in this last remaining super dragon here at the top side to get to the spear thrower. It's going to come around here and fight this last super dragon. We're going to get it taken out. And we're going to get close to the 80% mark here. Actually, well over 80%. But anyway, just a little bit short. So we're going to have to clean it up with the 3rd hit. Now, this is the only attack in this raid that wasn't actually one of my accounts. Murphy came in here and actually cleaned this attack up, which was really nice that I didn't have to use any of mine for this. I was going to. I'm not sure exactly what his plan was other than just sending in a massive amount of troops here. But anyway, it didn't really matter. Got it cleaned up. We got the 3-star. All right, next up, we've got Barbarian Camp, guys, and this was a very nice 2-hit triple. We've got the Zap rocket loons coming in. Got tons of value. We zap out those 2 air defenses. I'm going to use 3 lightning to weaken this next set of air defenses, and it also damages this rocket artillery. Now I'm going to start with some barbarians, start cleaning out all of these just free clan houses out here. They do have some traps out here. But the Super Barbarian, it's pretty tanky. It can run through several of these bombs and just keep going. And so we're going to use them to our advantage. We're going to clean all of this out right here. They do have a rocket artillery still on this left-hand side that they really haven't, reconfigured their base to put it in there. So that's our next target. We want to get to this rocket artillery. We want to be patient with these Super Barbarians. Let them work up this left-hand side and try to get these few clan houses taken out. I do target on the right-hand side a couple of spear throwers with rocket loons. Let them push into the base. And once this clan house on the left goes out, we're going to target the rocket artillery right now with a pair of rocket loons. Then we're going to send in another pair when those are about done. This hidden Tesla is going to take those out pretty easily, so we're going to send in one more pack. They're going to be able to get that air defense and that hidden Tesla down and now take out these 2 ground defenses. And now we've made some pretty nice work. But we still have a lot of base left, so we're going to start bringing in our rocket loons, trying to push into the base, set our funnel a little bit. And now you have these 3 giant posts here on this bottom side. So my goal is to bring in all these rocket loons I can, take out all the air targeting defenses so I can send in a minion horde to finish off these super giants and the super giant posts. So once I target this last spear thrower here, we should be good to go with that plan. So I've got the minions coming in, and it's going to be slow. There's tons of super giants there, tons of super giant posts. And I get impatient. And so I'm going to place this barbarian on the left-hand side, as you'll see in just a minute. And so once this super giant post goes down, now the super giant starts wandering off. My minions are following. And so my brilliant plan is just messed up right here. So the minions follow the super giant right to the rapid rockets, and that's going to be the end of those minions. I got a few battle rams. I'm just going to spam them in here, try to open up these walls for our next hit. Weaken up anything they can, but we don't expect much from them at this point. So there it is. Part of my plan, as you can tell, did not go the way it should. But so we're going to open up right here. Got my minions again. We're going to try this again. Place them with the super giant posts. We're going to finish zapping out those 2 air defenses. I've got 4 more lightning. They're going to zap out 2 more air defenses there on the right-hand side. And now we've got 1 graveyard spell. So we're going to hold on to that. I'm going to go ahead and place a barbarian on the bottom side to clean out. There's 1 little clan house down there out of the picture. They get it taken out. Super giants are going to move down towards this barbarian. So my minions are just a little safer down there to take out these super giants. And we're going to be patient, just wait, and we'll speed it up because this just takes forever for these minions to take out these super giants. But they're going to get the job done eventually. Now, once they do, we're going to use the barbarian to clean up this clan house. And that's going to expand our deployment zone clear up to the right-hand side toward the edge of the water. So that's very nice. We're going to start targeting these defenses, starting to snipe some of them off with our rocket loons. Get this rapid rockets taken out. And now at this point, I'm looking around and deciding where we're going to place this graveyard spell. So I decided we're going to place it in the back, in between these giant cannons, right around the district hall, because I want everything to be kind of distracted there in the core, targeting those. Now we're going to start bringing in our rocket loons from every direction. We're just going to try to collapse in on this base, take out as many air defenses as we can, get the air skellies popping for us. And we're just going in rapid deployment right here because you don't want to wait for all these air skeletons to die because then you lose your tanking. And so we're coming in here. It's going to be close, guys. We've got to push in and get this set of air bombs down. Once we get these air bombs down, I've got 1 more pack of balloons to send in. Take out this mega hidden Tesla. And there we go, guys. There are no air targeting defenses left. It's just a matter of cleanup at this point. I'm going to speed it up. I'm going to get our last troops in here, make sure we get everything taken out. And that was a beautiful, beautiful 2-hit triple. I have to say, any Barb Camp 2-hit triple like that is just a thing of beauty, especially with the rocket loons. Almost 7K capital gold on that hit, so very nice. All right, guys, finally to the capital peak. We took this down in 3 hits, guys. We're going to be coming in again with a battle ram, super giant, super wizard graveyard. It's one of my favorite graveyard attacks that we are using right now. This opening, though, we're going to just be using these barbarians to go around and take out these trash buildings, these clan houses, get our deployment zone and our funnel set for our next part of the attack. Now, one of the things you'll notice right here is we're delaying the graveyard spells. I really think that's something critical to do. I see too many people placing the graveyard spells right away, then they start trying to funnel. Like right now, if the graveyard spells are down, our barbarians are funneling, and when they die, these skeletons are just wasted. They're not tanking for these barbs that are going around cleaning out the trash buildings. And so we want to maximize those skeletons. So we're going to delay the skeletons until we're ready to push with our main army. And you'll notice on most of these videos, like I like to delay the graveyards. I don't usually place them all right away. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times I'm delaying them so that they can create the maximum tanking and distraction for my army. And so right now we're just waiting on our graveyards. We're going to let these barbarians clean out as many of these clan houses for our funnel as we can. And so we've got our last barbarians down. They're going to clean out this last clan house. We're going to go ahead and place our graveyards for our next hit around the blast bow, the single inferno. And now it's battle ram time. We got 11 battle rams coming in. We're going to place 4 super giants. Got 4 super wizards behind that. Now sprinkle in the rest of the battle rams. They're going to be coming in, place our last couple super giants with this super wizard. And these super wizards are going to be tanked just enough so they can come in here and take out this super dragon. That was a huge thing to get that super dragon taken out, because that can be a real nuisance, especially if you're trying to use super wizards. So we're able to get that super dragon taken out right away. And that's going to be really nice for our second hit, guys. Only open with less than 2,000 capital gold, but we set up some nice funneling and did get that super dragon taken out. We used that lightning to take out 2 very weak buildings right there. And now we've got our graveyard spells, and we'll distract around the rocket artillery, and we're going to place 1 more at the Capitol Hall. Now I'm going to bring in 2 sets of barbarians on the right-hand side just to set a little funnel on this corner. And now it's battle ram time. Mainly coming in from the left-hand side. So we're going to place our 4 super giants, place our super wizards behind. We got 1 more super giant and a super wizard to place on the left-hand side. Bring in the rest of our battle rams. And you can see right here, guys, the rocket artilleries are distracted in the core. For the most part, they are shooting out some toward the blast bows. We get both blast bows taken out. We got the single inferno taken out. And now we're pushing into the core. And as you can see, we've really reduced all the outside edges of this district hall. We've got the deployment zone opened up a bunch. And everything's going to be concentrated kind of in this back core of the base, which is going to work really nice for the graveyard spells. So we got it to close to 70%, so not too bad. We still have some skellies up there working on that Capitol Hall. They've actually taken it down to about half health, so that's really nice for our last and final hit on this one. So we're going to be coming in, guys. Once again, we're going to use our graveyard spells right around these giant cannons. I got 1 more I'm going to place right in the core around these rocket artilleries. We need to get them down as soon as possible. On this last hit, we're going to place 11 of our battle rams on the right-hand side, 3 super giants, a couple of super wizards. And now we're going to use the same approach, but put it on the left-hand side so that we have just troops attacking this base from every direction, especially with the skeletons as well in there. I was trying to spread out as many of these hit points as we can just to protect all the troops. We're finally pushing in here. We need to get these rocket artilleries down as soon as possible because they are creating havoc in here, as well as the giant cannons. Now it's looking a little dicey in here, guys. We've lost quite a few troops. We do have some super giants moving around. They're finally going to be able to take out this rocket artillery, the super giant. The skeletons were able to take out the Capitol Hall. Now they're going to come up here and work on this single inferno, guys. And that was a huge 3-hit triple. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, clash on, my friends.